way that the public views ancient Greece is widely impacted by media, such as movies, TV shows, and books. Today, we'll be taking a look at the Disney movie Hercules and how it holds up in regards to the actual myths about Hercules. We'll be focusing on the characterization of Hades, Zeus, Hera, and Hercules, along with the differences in how Pegasus was born.
The depiction of Hades in the movie involves three major plot points. The first is that Hades sends the two snakes, who in the movie happen to be his minions Pain and Panic, to kill a young, and now mortal, Hercules. The second is that Hades is in charge of Hercules' 12 labors. And the third is that Hades has an evil plan to let loose the Titans to take over Olympus.
In reality, Hades wasn't as much of a villain as people make him out to be. Most of the myths that he is in, he's simply trying to do his job and run the underworld. He didn't send minions to kidnap or kill Hercules. In fact, he didn't have any part in the story of Hercules until the last of the 12 labors, where Hercules had to capture Cerberus. Hades told him that the dog was his, as long as he could tame Cerberus without using any weapons. Hades also never worked with the Titans in any of the myths. He disliked the Titans just as much as the other gods, and always fought alongside the rest of the Olympian pantheon. Remember that he was swallowed by Kronos too. That'll put a damper on any sort of relationship with the Titans. In Disney's Hercules, we see Zeus and Hera as a loving couple. They both adore Hercules and don't want anything to happen to him. They love and support him from afar and are ready to welcome Hercules back once he has achieved his godhood status.
In the reality of the myths, however, Zeus and Hera are anything but a happy couple. They are often depicted as quarreling, and Zeus is also constantly cheating on her. This leads Hera to take her anger out on Zeus's lovers and his children.
Disney's representation of Zeus shows him to be the stereotypical jock. He is loud, abrasive, has no respect for personal boundaries, and can't pick up on other people's emotions super well. But overall, he's not a horrible person. He's in love with Hera and is a good father to Hercules.
In myths, Zeus is depicted as a playboy with an ego the size of Mars. There are multiple stories about his adventures with women, both mortal and divine. He also does not care about Hercules or anyone unless it suits him to do so.
Disney shows Hera as a caring mother. She loves Hercules and dotes on him and is distraught when he's taken by Hades.
In reality, Hera hated Hercules as much as the other children of Zeus, though she may have hated Hercules more, as Zeus did tend to show at least a little more favor to him. It was not Hades, but Hera that sent snakes to kill Hercules when he was a child, though the representation of Hercules strangling the snakes is still somewhat accurate up until the point when he throws them off into the distance, as Pain and Panic are needed later in the plotline, and therefore cannot be killed.
Disney showed Pegasus as being created from the clouds by Zeus as a present for Hercules when he was born. But in reality, Pegasus was created when Perseus cut off Medusa's head.
In the movie, there are two main points that need to be contended in relation to Hercules. These points are that Hercules is depicted as being born a god and that Hera is in fact his mother. These points allow Disney to make Hera a loving mother and also lets them further their plot of Hercules' goal to return home to Olympus, even though that was not actually his home.
In reality, Hercules was not born as a god. He was a demigod whose parents were Zeus and Alcmene. Zeus wanted him to be immortal and had Hermes try to trick Hera into breastfeeding baby Hercules. It didn't work and he remained half mortal. He fought in wars and was married to a Theban princess named Megara. One day, Hera sent down a fit of rage to take over Hercules and he killed his wife and children. As penance for killing his family, Hercules was given 12 impossible labors from his cousin Eurystheus. After completing the labors, Hercules eventually remarried with a woman named Deianira. Deianira accidentally killed Hercules by giving him centaur's blood, thinking that it was a love potion. Hercules was made a god and married Hebe, the goddess of eternal youth.
Remember that movies are made to appeal to the audience. The writers and directors will take the vague idea of a story and rewrite it in a way that the majority will prefer. Keep this in mind the next time that you watch a movie based on legends, myths, or even real events. If the topic interests you, you should look it up to get all of the facts straight. Disney changed the characters to appeal to a younger audience. And if they hadn't, they might have gotten some angry parents for making a movie marketed to kids that showed Zeus having an affair and Hera trying to then kill the kid that came out of it. While this makes sense in the context of a Disney movie, and the fact that there are also other movies about the myth that take the opposite approach, it is still important to understand that the Greek heroes and gods were more human than some know or give them credit for.